And now, the Rise Above Show, presented by Roofing.com and hosted by Diego Dante.
Welcome to the Rise Above Show, presented by Roofing.com. My name is Diego Dante, and I'm here with my friend Ben Menchaca. How you doing, man?
I'm good, Diego. How are you, man?
Good. We just kind of made this happen last minute. Didn't really have a plan for it, but found out you were here in town in Greenville, and so decided to bring you in and chat with you. I actually had you on my list of people to hit up, so just kind of seemed to work out. So,
oh man, thank you. I'm so grateful of what you guys do. You guys have been so supportive of my brand and my grind. And just personally, man, it's nice to finally meet you. You're actually inspired me. I'm kind of doing a 90-day run for my health and fitness.
Dude, that's awesome.
And you really inspired me, man, and you inspire a lot of people. So I'm very happy to be here in Revolt Land and with you.
Well, I appreciate you saying that. I know that what's up? We're live here on the show. Not live, but sorry, our buddy Hunter Ballou just kind of made an appearance.
Yeah.
We probably won't cut that out. We'll keep it in there for the fun of it. But so anyway, Ben, let's get to know you a little bit. So I know you. We're friends on Facebook. We chatted for a minute at RoofCon. I think we may have said hi a couple years, or I guess 2020 at RoofCon. But I want to get to know the real Ben here. So, So, how did you get started in the industry? That's really the biggest thing I want to know, because we had you on stage at RoofCon, and I see you posting roof selfies all the time. So, how did this get started?
Yeah, so it's quite interesting. I was actually a blue-collar guy most of my life, worked with my hands, tile, landscaping, painting, demo, but I was in the trades. I was a sheet metal apprentice in Texas, Dallas, Texas, when I got introduced to when this opportunity found me. And so I was bending air, like hanging duck. That was what I was doing before this. Friends of mine had told me about this industry and said I'd be very good at it. And I kind of just was comfortable with my life and my job, right? Steady paycheck. And I had a moment of disgust, and I just actually, a storm had hit on the East Coast, Virginia Beach. And, I couldn't afford my rent. And I made enough money to provide for my rent, but I just kept blowing it and doing self-sabotaging behavior because I wasn't passionate about what I did for a living. And I was just felt like I was just inadequate. I wasn't proficient at my craft there, and no one would help me. It's a dog-eat-dog world in the 9-to-5 world, and they won't teach you anything because they think you're going to take their spot. Next thing you know, I jumped, gave away all my things, and jumped in my car and hopped out to the East Coast and jumped headfirst, burned the bridges, and jumped into storm restoration. We had a storm. They gave me a hat, a T-shirt, and a stack of contingencies and said, good luck. And that's how it happened.
What year was that? That was
2017.
2017. Okay, so from 2017 now to 2021, really, I see, I feel like there in that 2020 to 2021, I've seen you be really, vocal on social media, and, you're on videos on social media that are doing really well, and we have you at RoofCon speaking on stage, and I believe you've had other opportunities to be able to coach and train. So how do you get from that point to where you're getting started and they just give you some hats and they give you they say, here, go get them, to the point where you're at now?
Good question, man. And there's a lot in between there, but basically, it's not me, it's the guy upstairs, I believe, right? But with that is that I've always put what I've done on the internet, because I read Gary Vee and Grant Cardone. Grant Cardone's my mentor. A lot of people, he's kind of abrasive, but he really changed my life. And he said, money requires attention. With all the distractions in the world today, you have to put yourself out there. And even when I wasn't good, I put myself out there. When I was doing roof selfies, when I was atop of the leaderboard, I have one, how Dimitri found me, I have all my contingencies laid out in a room, and it took over the whole room with my checks. And that's how I got noticed, and people just kept following me because they saw me when I was tin knocker or, doing sheet metal. And then they see me on roofs. Then they see me on the leaderboard. Then they see me on stages. So it was a gradual, all I did was put myself out there. I was a student. I was humble, and I got around winners. And, the rest is kind of like history. All I did was get around people who have what I want, not what the same challenges I did. And so that evolved into me getting better, taking more reps. Like, only thing different than me, I love door to door. Door to door changed my life. This is the vehicle that changed my life. But I just found that, I compressed time frames, swung the bat more than most people, and I've gotten better. And I've documented it on social media, and that's how a lot of people have found me.
And then another thing that I've noticed about you is that you're really good at, especially on social media, there's a lot of haters that are going to come on social media, and there's a lot of people that always, the keyboard warriors, right? But I feel like you've done such a great job of almost being like, they're not paying my bills, so I'm not going to worry about them, right? And just worrying about the positives. And so I see you as this positive persona on social media, So how do you develop that mindset?
Well, that's a great question. And here's the thing. It's like, you guys invited me to your office. I'm super grateful. You either brighten a room or you dim a room, right? Well, when I was coming up, I was following all these MLM network marketers, and you see the big check on stage, and you see these guys with perfect teeth, perfect hair, nice suits, a lot of money. But not only that, they were positive. Being positive is attracting. It's attractive. And someone said, become the person you want to attract. And I'm like, well, we already tried negative in my life for the first 30-some years of my life. Look where that's got me. Let me change my attitude. And as soon as I read a lot of books on personal development, law of attraction, what you put out, you get back. But I just found that being positive is like, you can't really argue with that, right? Because in a lot of people, the fact of the matter is, Diego, like, the world runs in negativity. It's being sold to us, shoved down our throats. So when you're positive, it's totally opposite than the world is. And
you catch them off guard.
Yeah, you just catch them off guard. And I just like to be positive because I'm grateful, man, for my life right now. I went from not being able to afford my phone bill or having troubles with my phone bill and rent to just having all that taken care of and having all these opportunities, all because of door to door, all because I was positive. Even when I wasn't at my opportune time, what I wanted to be, I was working in a place I didn't want to, behind on life, right? I was always positive and listen to positive affirmations and thinking, what if? I was walking in as if before I could walk in it. And I just think that more of the world needs positivity. And now I'm seeing the effects of that, man. Like, people come up to me at RoofCon or Roofing Pro, all these events, and people just really tell me how much I've inspired them. I've helped them sell a lot. I've been a positive figure in their life. And when you hear these stories, it's pretty incredible. I get calls from China, England, all over the place just because of one video I did. And for, like you said, but previous to that, people have been following the trajectory of my life. And I just want to be a positive influence on people's lives because I know for a large part of my life I was lost and didn't know what to do and I was negative. So I guess I'm just evolving, man.
Yeah. And something cool too is, we see you on the stage, but you're also, you're not just a guy that's just up on stage talking about it and not doing it because, I just talked to you about it. I said, so are you here in Greenville door knocking, And sure enough, you're out there door knocking, you're creating, opportunities for yourself and for your team. And so I appreciate that, just being the guy that's, walking the walk and, talking the talk and walking the walk,
Well, yeah, it's just, thank you for that. But it's like, time will promote or expose you. So there's no reason to fake it. People are going to find out. And dude, I'm just really, every day I get up blessed and thinking my life is incredible because I go and talk to strangers every day, provide an opportunity or see what's available and see if they qualify. And I do that enough times. It's very simple. Anyone could do it physically vocally, mentally, they can do what I do, but I just do it to a crazy level. And so, yeah, I enjoy, Diego, my most peace is not all this. It's being out there on the block by myself and just doing what got me here. It's really meditative to me.
That's cool, man. All right, let me hit you with a couple of rapid fire questions that I ask everyone. All right?
Right on.
So, first question is, what is a big failure that you've had in life and how were you able to rise above?
Ooh, man, I failed a lot, dude. Like, I think that's how I've gotten to where I'm at, because I've just failed and moved on. I wasn't always the best person to be around. I wasn't, I got in a lot of trouble with drinking a lot, and I got in trouble I got into different situations because I was like a latchkey kid. I didn't have a lot of guidance. I didn't have that father figure. So I got into a lot of trouble at early age, and I was able to just get into personal development and see like that just really trying to change my mindset and my perspective and the way I look at things. So I would say just like having a troubled life, getting into trouble with the law, and not being the right partner for people. I wasn't ready to be responsible partner, and now I've changed that now where I can provide for someone and I could have my own life, and I'm more responsible. I became more responsible, man. For a large part of my life, I was running about like a ship without a sail, man. And I think that personal development really got my attention, first of all, and got me in a space where I could see the good life ahead of me, whereas before I couldn't see that before. So personal development.
My next rapid fire question is, how will you know that you've succeeded in business?
Well, I think I did a post about it today. It's not really what we have in our bank account, although that is super important. And business, you're there to make a profit. Don't get it twisted. But I think it's indirect, and that's why I love Hunter Ballou and this platform and you guys, is that, dude, you're interested in help elevating others. I got a call from Hunter like last minute to do RoofCon, and it really was very special to me because he could ask anybody to be up there, but he sees the value in me, and I really appreciate it. But I think it's helping people. The more people that you help, I think that's how you know you'll be successful in business.
And then my last rapid fire question is, what's a book that's changed your life?
Oh, man. Well, the Bible, first of all, right? Everything I think derives from that. I think there's nothing really new under the sun, just the way people project it in their own words. But How to Win Friends and Influence People really woke me up to, dude, it's not about me. It's about other people and asking questions. And more people become interested when you become interesting. And so you want to get to that's the main thing that I learned. How to Win Friends and Influence People really got the dial moving. Anything by Jim Rohn, What You Lack in Skill, You Can Make Up in Numbers. And he has so many other great slogans and whatever and philosophies. But basically, the How to Win Friends and Influence People made me aware that I'm not the only one on this planet.
Yeah. And then my last question, this is something I've started doing this, and it's kind of been off the cuff, and I almost want to turn this into a new question in the rapid fire series. And the question is, the people that are in your shoes, the people that are doing door-to-door sales for roofing, what are they getting wrong? What are most people doing wrong in door-to-door sales that's not allowing them to succeed?
Another great question. Thank you for that. Here's the thing, man. People see the end result. They see me on stage. They see this. They see that, But what they don't see is the times in various North Carolina, Florida, Minnesota, Iowa, Illinois, all these places I've been on these quiet streets by myself, knocking doors, getting contingency signed, helping people out. I think they see the 20th chapter, right? But they don't see the first chapter, what it takes to get there. It takes a tremendous amount of focus, energy, and drive to push your way into the resistance. I always say expand into the resistance. What they're getting wrong is most people, first of all, they don't make a decision to be the best door-to-door or whatever the case may be, whatever title. In our case, door-to-door. They don't decide to be the best, and they don't put enough energy and focus out there to be the best. They hit a roadblock, they recoil, and they quit. Oh, this wasn't for me. No, dude, you just haven't been in the game. You haven't taken enough shots to expand into that resistance and see the future and see the positivity that's available for you. I didn't know that we'd be doing this like 4 years ago when I started, but because I was true and committed to the fact of doing what I was supposed to do, which is knocking a lot of doors, talking to a lot of people, and doing all that, going through the numbers, now I've got a life that I can't imagine, but most people can't envision that. You got to envision it in here before it happens out here.
And put in the work. I mean, that's, you know.
And yeah, you can't just have law of attraction, think good thoughts, have good affirmations. You have to put the work behind. My mentor said, make sure the tongue in your shoe matches the tongue in your mouth.
I love that.
So yeah, put in the work. And not only put in the work, 10x that work. Your average, there's average, and there's 10x. And in this day and age, you used to give average is a failing formula. You can't just do average. You have to go beyond average.
That's our whole slogan with Revolt is people see the word revolt and they're like, you know, what does that mean? And the whole phrase is together we revolt against average. So, you know, it's you know, we're trying to create a community of people that don't want to be average. They want to go above and beyond that, be able to change their lives, change their communities, change their families, right? So that's what we're all about. So, dude, I appreciate you coming on the show today. And if you've watched the whole thing, we really appreciate you for tuning in. Ben, we're going to go ahead and grab lunch. And I, you know, wish you great luck here in Greenville. And yeah, let us know how, you know, if you need anything, if want to know how this works out for you. And but yeah, you've tuned in to this episode of the Rise Above Show. We'll catch you next week. Peace out.